Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel Gardening with 1D and Zone 5B. My name is Janelle. I'm here to help take the intimidation out of gardening and get you on a path of food independence. Today's video is a little bit different. Every winter I make Calendula Salve. And the reason I do that is it's good for something like eczema. It's also good for things like diaper rash, sores, burns, things like that. But I usually make it, especially for the winter, for a type of a lotion. I did use it on a cut on my hand here. That happened about 2 weeks ago. There was actually a flap of skin that came down. Don't ask. But anyway, it healed up really, really nice. So what does a calendula flower look like? Now, I did a video in summer about the calendula flower because it's actually really a good pest deterrent. These are some different varieties. I've got this kind of like a fall color. It's called zeolite, I believe. And then there's this one here, which I always call it like a glowy kind. This yellow here, this is more of a traditional basic calendula. It's in the marigold family. The ideal time to pick the calendula flowers for medicinal purposes is early in the morning, right after the buds kind of open up and the dew dries off. It'll have a sticky resin, and that's a good sign. That's what you want, because that sticky resin is the part that has the medicinal property. Now, when I pick my calendula, I let it dry, and I have a video of it drying on a rack here, but then I just pick the petals off. You can see like there's some of the zeolites and some of the regular yellow in this one, and I just store it like this. And whenever I want to make some calendula salve, I just cover this with something like grapeseed oil. The next step is just to infuse the resin from the flowers in something like grapeseed oil, and then we just let this infuse for about 4 to 6 weeks. This is the calendula flower petals covered in grapeseed oil. This is just a little 2-cup glass measuring cup in a old strainer, and all I'm going to do is strain this like that. Whoa. While we're waiting for the calendula to drain with the oil, I want to just show you my little salve making kit. I used 2 old tin cans for like a double boiler purpose. Then I'm not using my regular ones. These I ordered off of Amazon years ago. Back then, the larger ones like that. These were, I think, 48 cents a piece, and these were like 42 or 44 cents a piece. And then the other thing I have in here is beeswax. And whenever I'm doing a project, I'll shave down my beeswax, and I buy it like this from a beekeeper in the area. And I just have also a designated grater. That way, if I don't get it perfectly clean when washing, it's only going to be for beeswax. Perfect. We got about 1 cup of oil. So to 1 cup of oil, we're going to use about 1/4 cup of shaved down beeswax. Now I'm just creating a double boiler effect with one of my tin cans, and this is just some water. So I'm going to pour my oil into my little tin can like that. I'm going to put that in there. We're going to warm that. Now all I'm going to do is add my shaved down beeswax. And this is what I'm going to use just to stir it in, just to have it melt. I have some left over from the last time that I made this, and I had it scented with lavender essential oil, which is really, really a nice calming and relaxing oil. Now we're just creating a double boiler effect here, so the water in the kettle here, it doesn't have to boil, it just has to be warm. And then that'll help this oil in here heat up and dissolve the beeswax. I just ran and looked. My leftover 3 pots of calendula oil or calendula salve have lavender oil in one variety, bergamot oil in another variety, and something called Peaceful Sleep. All very, very nice calming oils. Now, if I would have had the water higher to meet the height of the oil in the little can, the beeswax would have melted faster, but this is where I'm at right now with melting the beeswax, if you can see that. Almost done. So So at this point, all my beeswax is melted. I'm gonna stir in some essential oil. This one is called Spice Cider, not being sponsored, and you can see the price on there. Essential oils, they vary in price depending how rare or unique the actual ingredient is. So I'm probably just gonna add about, I don't know, 40 drops. So now all I'm gonna do is lift this out of the water. I'm just going to take my dish towel here and just dry the bottom just so no little drips of water drip into my little pots. All right, now all I'm going to do is pour this into my little pots here. Now, I don't know how many I'm going to really use, but I know I definitely want one large one for sure. And then let's do the 2 little ones. I have a paper towel under here just to catch any of my renegade drips. There we go. Well, actually, I'm glad I had all of those out and ready. Right, we're gonna let this sit for a few minutes and it'll start to solidify. Right, so it's been about 10, almost 15 minutes, and you can see how these are no longer clear and they're starting to solidify. Now this one had the least amount, so this one's the furthest along to being solidified, but you can see that this is almost all set. Now, doing this isn't for everybody. I choose to do this because I know exactly what's in this. This has grapeseed oil, the resin from the calendula, beeswax, and some essential oil just for fragrance. So there, I created my salve from these guys. I hope you found this video informative. Please like, follow, share, subscribe. Tell all your friends. I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day. Bye.